ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is effectively over after another round of overnight strikes. Time for the Streamline. Everything you need to know in 10 minutes or less. American missiles hit multiple targets in Iran. The government there claims the U.S. hit 2 water reservoirs, saying, quote, the U.S. is deliberately targeting the lifeblood of the Iranian people. Iranian forces fired back at U.S. military bases in Bahrain and Kuwait. This latest round of fighting pushed oil prices up early Thursday morning, and a new report shows that inflation in the U.S. is now at its highest level in 3 years. Families are spending about $300 more each month compared to a year ago. When asked about the latest inflation numbers, President Trump said this.
I love it. The numbers were great. You know what I really love? I love the inflation. When the war is over, it's coming down. Month and a half.
President Trump is warning the U.S. will keep bombing Iran if its leaders do not sign a peace deal. A top Iranian official, though, is now threatening to expand the conflict. Here's where gas prices stand this morning through all of this. Nationally, the average is $4.13. San Diego's average for a gallon of regular is $5.83. Both of those numbers are down 2 cents from yesterday, but still more than $1 higher than this time last year.
A man already behind bars accused of 1 murder is now being charged with 3 more killings. We first told you about Dwight Roan last December. He was named a person of interest after human remains were found underneath his former Southcrest home. ABC 10 News reporter Austin Grabish tells us how authorities say they were able to connect him to the multiple deaths.
Dwight Roan has spent his life in and out of prison. Now he's accused of being a serial killer.
And the investigation also revealed that the defendant was using Mr. Brown's identity to collect benefits.
The San Diego resident sat in court with a cane Wednesday as Deputy District Attorney Jalen McNee outlined 4 murder charges filed against the 74-year-old. We were ordered by the judge not to show Roan's face.
Some of these crimes are decades old. It's been a very long investigation.
Roan, who was filmed in 2023 on a police body camera, was already in custody awaiting trial for the killing of Bernardo Moreno. Investigators arrested Roan in 2024 and allege he shot Moreno in the head and then lit his body on fire near the 5 and 905 interchange. Last December, Roan was named a person of interest after human remains were found underneath his former Southcrest home. Now, Roan has officially been charged with killing that victim. His name was Michael Brown. Team 10 has learned the FBI was able to crack the case involving Bernardo Moreno after agents started wiretapping Dwight Roan's jail calls. Court documents say after killing him, Roan tried to use Moreno's debit card at this smoke store. The other 2 murders Roan is now charged with are for the 2002 slaying of Ronald Jonkin. His body was found in Choyas Creek. And the final murder charge is for the 1993 slaying of A. Roberto Ruiz. He was found strangled to death in a drainage ditch in Southcrest near Roan's home. On Wednesday, the DA said its investigation is still active, and investigators are trying to determine if 2 other cold cases may be linked to Roan. The first is Denise Galloway, who was found dead in 1989 underneath 2 shopping carts not far from Southcrest. The second is Anteno Jonas Gomez Vallecas, who lived on Roan Street and was last seen in 2021. Last year, our Adam Rakusin spoke to Roan's brother after the DA named him a person of interest.
Dwight's not a savory character. He's an unsavory character.
Roan has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. Investigators are asking anyone with information about the 2 remaining cold cases to come forward. Austin Grabish, Team 10.
Oceanside hit by another brush fire on Wednesday, making it 3 wildfires in as many days here in San Diego County. Now, we brought this to you as breaking news on Wednesday, and this morning fire crews are still working to contain what's being called the November fire. It burned 560 acres near Camp Pendleton, and you see there leaving a large burn scar just on the edge of several neighborhoods. Containment right now at 50%. The good thing here is that the forward progress has been stopped. all evacuation orders and warnings have been lifted in this area. Officials say no buildings burned, nobody was hurt. A smoke advisory was issued during this fire because of the air quality, but that has also since been lifted.
The 4-year wait for football is about to end. The first game of the 2026 World Cup kicks off in just a couple of hours. Mexico hosts the opening matches today. First, Mexico faces South Africa. That's at noon in Mexico City. Then South Korea takes on Czechia in Guadalajara tonight. It's going to be 104 games over the next month throughout the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. For getting close to the action, though, is getting difficult for soccer fans. High ticket prices and that lottery-style sales system left thousands of people without seats. Even outside the stadiums and fan zones, heavy security and tall fences are blocking the views.
I don't have a ticket for the game, no, but just to see a little, to feel the closeness of the World Cup. On the contrary, everything is fenced off.
Now, FIFA's official Fan Fest opens on Thursday in Mexico City. Here in San Diego, there are dozens of businesses hosting watch parties all across the county.
With the World Cup games kicking off on Thursday in Mexico, CBX has been seeing a surge in soccer fans crossing the border through here.
Heading to Guadalajara for the World Cup.
Everyone has a story for why they're catching the World Cup.
So he's about to walk through the door right now.
For David Robles,
Dad.
He just surprised his dad with World Cup tickets, a lifelong dream they'll get to see in his dad's hometown, Guadalajara.
This is my first time. I have a ticket to go to see the game, one of those games, and I'm proud of my kids and my wife, and thank you.
Travelers have been heading down to Mexico from San Diego for more than a week now, but more are on the way, including this family who said their round-trip tickets were cheaper to fly out on Wednesday for $280.
Being Mexican, you know, watching the game in Mexico, I'm excited for sure. It's my first World Cup in Mexico.
Other travelers tell me they made game time decisions to go.
We bought our tickets today. Someone was very, very kind to offer us a face value ticket last minute.
Cross Border Express, or CBX, connects travelers from San Diego to the Tijuana airport. They have flights to all 3 cities in Mexico, hosting the World Cup games.
Over 1,700 flights to Guadalajara throughout June and July during the World Cup months, 2,000 flights to Mexico City, and about 500 to Monterrey.
Juan Carlos Rivas with CBX says they're expecting about 690,000 travelers over the next 2 months. Travel to Mexico surged last week, and new technology is helping cut wait times by reducing the need to see a CBP agent.
It's called enhanced passenger processing, which allows us to scan the passports of the travelers coming from Mexico into California. And then that information goes to CBP, and then they only have to scan their faces once they get to the U.S. side.
CBX is also seeing more travelers coming up from Mexico, heading to LA.
And it's on average 40% cheaper to fly into Tijuana and cross the border and drive up to LA than flying directly into LAX from anywhere in Mexico.
In Otay Mesa, Danny Miskell, ABC 10 News.
A lot of excitement, and Danny covers the South Bay communities of National City, Chula Vista, and San Isidro. If you have any tips or story ideas for her, you can email her, danielle.miskell@10news.com, or you can scan that QR code there on your screen. And that's your ABC 10 News Streamline, everything you need to know today in under 10 minutes.